just going to pull back these curtains. This isn't a planned video or anything, but I do hope that you find this useful. So this is going to be exactly how I get a lot of shit done in a really short period of time, and how I'm able to do that while juggling multiple priorities, multiple businesses, traveling. And I mean, at the moment, I'm actually sailing around the world. I don't even have internet normally, so this is what it looks like. First, I'll give you a quick sales update for my Amazon business. So today is November, I think today is November 25th. It's a Monday, and sales are going pretty well. I don't know if you can see that. So we're just about to start the real Q4 season. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up next week. And I mean, we're going really well so far. We've actually, yesterday on Sunday, the 24th of November, we actually beat last year's Black Friday results by over 30%. So we cracked 15,000. So in this video, I'll talk about the sprint work routines that I actually get into and the things that I'm doing and focusing on when I need to get a lot of stuff done in a really short period of time. If I just want to achieve some goals, this is how I do it. So I'll run you through what that looks like, and I'll also talk about some of the strategic priorities that we're looking at in our Amazon business going forwards into 2020 as well. But how about we go inside, and I'm going to talk about how to get a lot of shit done in a really short period of time. So I need to get a lot done in the next 4 days because I'm here for the next 4 days, and then after that, I don't have internet again. So what are the things that I'm focusing on? What are the things that I'm not focusing on in order to get there? All right, so first of all, one thing that I'm not focusing on is trying to impress you guys, or trying to impress anyone else, or worrying about shit that doesn't matter. As you can see, this is an Airbnb, and this is basically a room. I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the multi-million-dollar penthouse. Here's the bathroom. It has a toilet. It has a shower where I can shower and where I can, Here's the little kitchen. It's really small. It has an electric grill or electric burner so that I can cook healthy food. It has a microwave, coffee, toaster, fridge. It has what I need. It has nothing more. And I mean, just so you know, I'm showing you this to prove a specific point, and it's that I'm setting up my environment to get work done. I'm not setting up an environment to have a really great time, to lay around and, enjoy myself. To be honest, I'm here because I need to do work, and so anything that helps me do work, which is the bed, is gonna help me rest. It's gonna help my mind recuperate after a long day. The fast Wi-Fi is obviously a necessity. So for the next 4 days, I've controlled my environment. I went and did some supermarket shopping. So I can't even eat junk food. Like, there is nothing here to distract me from what I need to do. And that is to sit at this desk or at that desk to set up my computer, laptop, which is all just lying in a big heap here. So I'm gonna get to that in a second. It's to do that, set that up, get it done. And in one of my most recent videos, I shared some of the tools that I use to actually get into productive modes. So the app that I am using for my Pomodoros that I work with on my phone is called Brain Focus. It looks like that. It really doesn't matter. It's actually like a super simple process. The point is that you are going to sit down, do work for a specific period of time, not let anything distract you. Then when that timer ends, then you have a short break to get up and do whatever you want. Now, the idea here in this minimalist environment is that when I have my rests, I'm not gonna go watch TV, so I won't touch the TV. I never watch TV. What I'm gonna do is probably exercise, probably on the floor. For my short breaks, I might just sit in the bed and meditate and rest my mind. But like anything that I'm doing during these work days is either resting and recuperating so that I can do work, or it's doing work. There's nothing else. Like I said, this video wasn't planned, and I actually have to start work, so I'm gonna set up my computer. I'm gonna just show you guys what this looks like over the next 4 to 5 days, and sort of cut this and keep you guys updated. I'll also hop into my computer and I'll show you how I'm setting this work sprint up. I actually call it a dark mode, where you essentially go dark and you don't talk to anyone, you don't do anything else, you just go and achieve those goals that you want to achieve. And then you sort of come out into the light when you're done. So I'm gonna get my computer set up because I actually need to get started and do work. Like I said, this wasn't a planned video. And I'll bring you with me over the course of the next 4 or 5 days and just keep you updated with, with the progress that I'm making, if I'm struggling with achieving any of the routines or doing the routines that I've set out to do. And by the way, this is for a roughly 4-day period, but I've done this before up to 1 month. And that's around about my limit, where after that, I've just worked too much and I need to take some time off. But I mean, the thing is, a lot of time we need to get stuff done under deadlines, and this is a very effective way of doing it. So I'm going to show you some footage of where we are right now, which is Martinique, beautiful place. And then I'll go clean up my computer, get started, and we'll go from there. All right.
Oh my God.
Ta-da! It's about 3:30, so I'm just gonna get into it and see how much I can get done today. I'll hop into the computer and I'm going to show you now just a breakdown of how I actually plan these dark modes out, how I make a commitment to myself, how I set up my environment to ensure that I get this stuff done, and then I just have to execute on it. So let's go into the computer. So this is how I do it. I'm going to set a document every time that I want to commit to something, and it's almost like a contract that I'm writing for myself. So I set the problem first, like, why am I doing this? What do I want to get out of this? And then simply set some smart goals to attack that problem and come up with a solution to them. And it's time bound, so I'm going to do this in the next 4 days, and I will know at the end of this whether I've succeeded, whether I've achieved those goals, or whether I've failed. And then it's pretty simple. I've already set up my environment. You know that there's not much here. This is really Spartan, basic. It's like, not to say this combination is bad or anything, but it's, it just has what I need and it has nothing more. And I've chose that specifically. So I set some rules of engagement now that I'm in this environment. It's going to be around the daily routine. How much work do I think I need to do per day to get to where I want to go? And morning routine is always the key part, because the way that you set your day, the way that you start your day, is probably the way that you end your day and the way that you do your whole day. And I didn't put coffee in here, but coffee, absolutely critical. I'm going to journal and then I'm going to get to work. So that whole thing will take, 30 minutes, something like that, from bed to here working. I'm in deep focus for that entire period of time. And it's amazing how far you can leap ahead of people when they think they're working 8 hours and they're actually working 2 to 3 to 4 hours when I'm working 8. So that's those Pomodoros. And then nighttime, once they're done and outside of the Pomodoros, I'm just going to chill out. Like, I'm not going to, particularly before I go to bed, I need to stop thinking about work or I can't sleep. And if I can't sleep, the next day I can't work and, I won't get to where I'm going. Guys, that's it. That's my dark mode. This is how I'm going to start. I'm going to start right now. So I'm going to turn this off and I'll just come back with some updates throughout this video as to how I'm going. Talk about the current state of affairs with my Amazon business, with Amazon going into 2020, pardon me. Basically just some of the stuff that I'm working on, and then a little behind the scenes look at what is the thought process going into that. You'll probably find this pretty interesting if you are starting an Amazon business, and if you just want to be productive, you'll also maybe find this whole dark mode thing interesting as well. I don't know, but I'm gonna go work now, so I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. It is, what time is it? It's 7:15, so I am 3 Pomodoros in. I've just started on my longer break. I'm gonna take more than 25 minutes though. I'm gonna have dinner. Feeling pretty tired actually, so I'll probably do one more after this and then just relax and go to bed. It's really dark in this Airbnb for some reason, so I guess it's a literal dark mode, which is all right. I wanted to hop into my computer before I make dinner and just show you some of the things that I've been looking at. So let's dive in. So the last couple of Pomodoros, I was actually filming some lessons for my course, the FBA Freedom Accelerator, around the launching process, which I'm redoing in that course. But I just wanted to show you guys just some examples of a really common question I get is, can I launch during Q4? And the answer that I'm going to show you now is definitely yes, you can. If you have the right product and the right offer, so it looks good, it's priced well, you can most certainly launch products during Q4. So here are 3 that we're launching at the moment, and they're all actually exceeding expectations. So we launched each one of these using ManyChat with PPC as a backup, and they're all going great guns. So we haven't touched the price yet, but we started off launching here. I think we finished the launch like around about there, and the sales have just been climbing steadily from $1,000 a day. Yesterday we got 100 units and 3,000, so like we weren't really expecting it to go this well, but absolutely it shows it's possible to launch and rank a product late into Q4, so just before Black Friday. Even though the competition is heating up, we are getting lots of sales. This one is well ranked already after, the ranking process ended after a week. Here's another one, and this one has been climbing steadily. So we launched at about 10 units a day, and in the last couple of days we're doing 40 to 60 units, which is pretty cool as well. And that's obviously making a good profit now, so we'll probably increase these prices as we go. And here's the last one, again, steady. We've already increased the price on this one. We started at 30, it's now at 45, and you can see, ignore the conversion rate on here, but you can see that the sales are going up. I think there's a clear trend. So that's just 3 products that I am trying to extract a lot of lessons from right now so that I can make this launch module. Yeah, I'm feeling happy. It's really good to see these going as well. I'm gonna have a chat to my manager, Michael, tomorrow morning about this, and probably we want to try and condense the lessons that we've learned from these launches as fast as possible. Because the thing with an Amazon business is when you're ordering inventory or you're launching new products, you really don't have that much time between that launch period and then having to both reorder and then look at these first ones to learn the lessons for these new products that you're launching next. So we need to make sure that our pipeline is filled up, and not just filled up, but that we're actually optimizing it so that we're launching the best possible products in the best possible way. So I just want to look at these in a bit more detail and see what lessons there are to learn, what things we can do better, and what things we did really well. Obviously, these are going great. So I'm going to do that, have a think about this, but I'll probably do that over dinner. And then I'm going to get back into one more Pomodoro. Probably won't show you that. I'll probably just cut to tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Good morning. So it's just before 6 o'clock. I'm up. I was up before the alarm and I've had a shower already and I'm going to smash some water. What else? I dreamt about work last night and I didn't sleep very well. So that means I know I'm going to be tired later on. So I'm going to struggle to complete these Pomodoros. So instead of smashing more coffee, which I do sometimes and doesn't normally work out well, I'm going to have less coffee and I'll probably have a nap. And my lip is swollen for some reason. And I'm going to force myself to meditate as well, just to break all of this work up. I think the other thing, I don't check my sales or anything in the morning. It's like the worst thing that I could do just because it gets me really reactive. But I'll probably show you guys later anyway. All right, on with the morning, I guess.
Oh, you sneaky little bird.
So, like I said, I don't check my sales in the morning. I generally actually don't check my sales at all on a daily basis. And there is a reason for that. I'm going to show you guys what they are anyway, but checking your sales, and I do this for YouTube as well, or it's the same issue with YouTube stats as well, analytics of any sort basically. It's effectively the same endorphin rush that you get when you're playing like a gambling slot machine, and it's really not a healthy thing. You will, and if you're already selling, you will have experienced this where every day that you grow is great, but every day that your sales are lower than they were the day before hurts a lot more than it felt good when your sales are going up. And the fact is that we can't control our sales to go up every single day. What actually happens is they'll go up over the long term like this, but in the short term that looks like a bunch of really small jagged movements. And each one of those movements, if you let yourself get sucked into it, into tracking it and following it on a daily or an hourly basis, that's going to cause you a lot of pain. So I actually only have the Amazon seller app so that I can show you guys and take screenshots. I actually don't look at it otherwise. But I'll show you, you know what, I'll show you guys before I see it, hey? Refresh, zoom in. Yeah, so it was lower yesterday than it was the day before. What happens is it'll dip the week before Black Friday, as everyone's just waiting for those deals to come and those sales to come. So they're not really buying anything, but that's okay, that's expected. I mean, this is looking good, guys. That was still 12K yesterday, just under 12K, which is around about what we got Black Friday last year. So I think we're gonna maybe crack 800,000 this month. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta eat my breakfast before that little birdie gets it, and have my coffee, meditate, get on my computer, do a journal, and then start work. So let's get into it. Oh, and one last thing, food is a big one actually. We spend a lot of time every single day eating food, preparing food, thinking about food, washing up dishes that have food in them. That's actually a huge time suck, and me personally, I don't get much pleasure out of it normally, or of the act of cooking, and definitely not of washing dishes. So this isn't practical for me right now, but basically as soon as I have like a fixed place where I can sort of outsource that, I'm not going to be cooking meals anymore. I'm going to be hiring someone to do it, or getting like meal delivery, or something like that. Like obviously healthy food is important, but yeah, it just takes a lot of time. So anyway, I'm going to finish this and then get to work. It's 8 p.m. Do my eyes look a little bit tired? So that's been, I think, 9 Pomodoros, so about 9 hours. It's been a long day. I've got 1 or 2 more to go. My brain's a little bit tired, but overall I'm feeling pretty energetic actually. I'm going to make some dinner, get back to work, and then go to sleep. And there's one thing that I've realized doing this, the last couple of times that I've done this, I know that I love what I'm doing when I can literally go to bed, work for 12 hours, sit in this little spot and then go back to bed again, do it again for like days on end, and every day jump out of bed feeling, pumped and buzzed and full of energy, even though I'm, fatigued and running out of sleep. So that's something cool. It is cool to realize that. I'm gonna go do that and finish that off for tonight. I think I'm gonna have some steak and some vegetables, and I'm gonna peace out, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning guys, it's about 5:30 now. I just had a cold shower, had a drink of water, coffee's on the pot. I'm gonna probably jump down on the floor and do some push-ups. I woke up before my alarm this morning. I think it's about to go off actually. Slept pretty well. I dreamt, I don't know if any of you guys have ever played the game Half-Life by Valve Software, but I dreamt the CEO of that software was a woman, and it was kind of weird. I won't go any further. But that's a good thing because at least I wasn't dreaming about doing work. So I ended up working a lot longer than I expected to last night. So what I was doing yesterday and what I'm doing today is basically planning, filming, and then editing and uploading new videos for my accelerator course. So that's around all this launch stuff that I've been looking at with these new products, and just summarizing all of that and putting it all together and packaging it up into strategies. And we were discussing this on our work call yesterday as well. But when you're looking at outsourcing things, it really helps when you are doing the thing that you want to outsource every single, either it's every day or every week or at least every month, and it should be done continuously with regularity. It's so much easier to either automate or outsource things that you're doing, continuously over time. So one of my problems with editing, for example, is like, I don't mind doing it, but it takes a lot of time. And right now with this, the sailing situation, I actually can't outsource it because I only have internet in little blocks of periods of time. And so during those periods of time, it's too much, there's too much to get done, and there's too much, basically you can't get the feedback loops going where if you outsource something, you will always need to course correct and get them to, fix little things and then go back. And I just can't get somebody else to fit into this schedule of doing it over a couple of days. So that's one particular example, but product launches is the thing we were talking about. What you want to have is product launches going on throughout the year. You don't want to wait a year or 12 months and then launch all your products at once, because then it's exactly the same thing. When you're launching all those products, you've got your head down, you're just trying to get it done, and you're desperately fighting against deadlines. And that is a really bad environment to try and train somebody else up to do it. Anyway, that was just on my mind. I'm gonna go drink my coffee, have some breakfast, meditate, do all that, and then get into work as well. And hopefully today won't be a 12 or 13 hour workday like yesterday was, but it probably will end up being so. So anyway, let's get started. Hey guys, so obviously I'm talking about updating my accelerator course right now and adding in new modules about ManyChat and sort of 2020 launch strategies. Obviously I can't share everything on this channel, but I will give you a really good summary if you go and click the free training link down below. That will sort of give you the broad brushstrokes of how everything works and how you can take advantage of it as well. So check out that link, and I'm getting back to work. So quick recap, I'm 43 hours in. I arrived here at 2 p.m, not yesterday, 2 p.m. the day before. I haven't left here yet. In that 43 hour period, I've done, so far in Pomodoro, so in terms of deep focused work, I've done, what would it be, around about 22 hours so far. So, a bit over 50%. And I slept for 7 hours the first night and around about 6 hours last night. So 6 is not great, but honestly, our bodies are pretty resilient, our minds are pretty resilient. So I know that I could do this for a week, a couple of weeks, just running on that sort of 1 hour deficit and still be fine at the end of it. So of the roughly 22 hours of focused work that I've done, I've been achieving exactly what I wanted to, which was to start digging into, firstly, reorganizing our launch strategies and reflecting and learning some lessons based on those products that I showed you. So I did that, and then I went and filmed a bunch of lessons to completely redo the launch module in my accelerator course. But most of that has been the strategy. On the back end, I've actually been thinking about hiring and labor and outsourcing and that kind of human resources strategy. So let's talk for a bit about growth and how you can scale your way to a real freedom income, and why most people aren't able to do it. There's a couple of, I think, obstacles and roadblocks, and mainly mental barriers that stop people from making these steps. So at the first stage, you've got someone who can't sell successfully. They don't even have a product selling, or they don't have a profitable product selling. That's fine. That's a different area. That means you need to be learning and applying the stuff that I teach, the stuff I have in my course, the mentorship, the guidance to get to your first product that's selling profitably. Because as soon as you can get to one profitable product, suddenly this whole world of not of money, but of knowledge opens up, and suddenly you can see what works. And as soon as you have a product that's selling and moving units, there are just all these things that you start to get a much clearer picture about, that when either you weren't selling a product at all or you weren't selling a product that was relatively successful, you just didn't have that perspective in that context. So that's like the first hurdle that you have to jump over, is to get to the very first product selling successfully. But then you look at sort of guru advertising, and you get led to believe that realistically that is it, and you get to the first product and then you immediately quit your job, you become a millionaire. That's not how it works, right? Like there's this whole other chain of events, things that need to happen over a reasonably long period of time for you to actually be able to say, I'll never work again. I've quit my job forever. I am financially free. So you get the first product up and running. Let's say you get that selling profitably. You're making some sort of sales. Maybe it's 5K a month, maybe it's 10K a month, or 20K a month, whatever it is. And here's the thing, most of that success, I would say 70% of that success comes down to picking a product and then executing it, getting it onto the market in the first place. So all of the other work that you do down the line is really just like optimizing for the 30% or even the 20%. So it's absolutely critical if you want to actually achieve those goals that you've set for yourself, and you're here watching this because you have something you want to achieve. It's absolutely critical that you just double down, buckle up, and get to work and launch more and more products. And then come back to me when you have 5 or 10 profitable products that are selling all simultaneously at the same time. And I guarantee that you will be a changed person. You're going to know so much more about how the business works. And therefore, as you keep going, each one will get more and more profitable. It has a higher chance of capturing that 70% of being successful. So I think that's one of the main hurdles, is people don't launch enough products, they just stop. Now, the next part 2 of this, is talking about how do you actually mobilize other people, how do you automate, how do you outsource to make that happen very efficiently? How can you launch 50 products, for example, instead of just being stuck at 1 or 2? That's the second part. I am going to go back to work because my timer is overdue, and I will catch up with you in another couple of hours. Well, I kind of ran out of steam this afternoon, so it's 5:30 now, the sun's about to set. I did get another couple of Pomodoros in, but like I said, ran out of steam. Actually, my eyes have been hurting more than anything else. My brain and body and everything is alright, but so I'll come out here for a bit of a walk, a bit of fresh air, and to see the sunset, which doesn't look like there's going to be one, but I'm just going to sit down and maybe meditate for a little bit, have a bit of a rest, and then head back. I will probably keep working until late tonight as well, so maybe another 3 hours or 3 Pomodoros. We'll see how we go, but I'm going to take a bit of time and enjoy this now. Hey, good morning. It's like 5:05 a.m. I've been awake for a while, actually, for the last 45 minutes, thinking about all the stuff that I know I'm going to do over the next couple of days. So I'm just going to get up. This is the downside of working so much and being so focused and jacked into what you're doing for a long period of time. It doesn't really stop when you're sleeping. So I'm up a little bit earlier than expected, which is a bummer. I know that I'm not going to be able to maintain a peak sort of work state for the day. So I'm going to have to sleep probably in the afternoon at some point. Anyway, I'm going to get up, continue with everything as normal, and see you in a bit. Quick update. It's 10:38 a.m. I wanted to show you this example. Today's Thursday, the day before Black Friday, and sales are looking exactly like they did last year, but obviously a little bit higher. So nobody is going to buy anything today on Amazon. Everyone is waiting for tomorrow. So that's my sales. Where are we at? I'm at 4 hours of focus work today, plus 11 or 12 hours on Wednesday, and 11 or 12 hours the day before, and the day before that on Monday when I arrived here at, I think, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30 around about, I got 9 hours of focused work in. So I'm not even going to do the maths, but that's a lot of work. But I'm feeling really pumped right now. I have a lot of energy. A couple of other things have changed in the last few hours. The internet in this place, which was really fast and I was told was very reliable, has been capped or something. So I might have to use my phone and tether off that for the next day. I don't know. I'm hoping it comes back up to speed because there's a lot I want to do right now. I'm actually doing some unplanned promotional work for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing is I decided to stay here for an extra day. So I'm going to extend this dark mode out one more day, not because I'm running behind. I'm actually way ahead of where I thought I would be. So I've done all the launch related stuff that I was planning to do throughout this whole 4-day period. That's done. So I'm now moving on to other work that I can just opportunistically fit in here. So I'm pumped. I'm gonna get back to it right now and I'll catch up with you later. Guys, what have we got? It's I think about 12:40 p.m. and I'm still feeling jacked up. It's crazy how much energy you get when, well, at this point it's just the money that's exciting. Like Black Friday's coming up tomorrow and I'm really expectant. I'm really looking forward to the result that we're gonna get. I don't want to put a number on it, but it's just a crazy season, guys. Like once you have some product selling, and my course as well is going to sell well, I think. Once you get something going where you've got a good offer, you've got like something compelling in the marketplace, it's times like these, you want to see these peak times, like Christmas will be exactly the same, where people just can't get enough of your products and they're just buying and buying and buying. And it's a freaking crazy time to be not just an Amazon seller, but anybody selling anything online. But it just made me think about the dichotomy between the consumers and the people who are producing, and the people who are selling and the people who are buying. And here's something I want you to take away from this, and something that I try and do always, is think about, what are you spending your time doing, and are you consuming something? Are you purchasing something from somebody else? Or are you the one producing something? Are you selling something to somebody else? And I can guarantee you that the ticket to financial freedom, the ticket to just being independent and living a life that you are in fully control of, it's on being one side of both of those comparisons. And it's not being the consumer, it's not being the one spending money. Because like I know for all the money that I'm gonna make over the next couple of days and then over the next 20 days, I know that on the other side of that, there are people who are just blindly consuming, who are slaves to the products and the things they have around them and in their house. Those people aren't free, but I am, because I'm the one selling the stuff to them. So that's just something to think of. I'm gonna finish this coffee, which I probably don't need because I've got so much energy right now, and then back to work again. Well guys, it is 1:45 p.m. We're at 11,000. Hope you can see that. 11,000 so far. So the green line's going up. It's going up past the orange ones. It's 1:45 now. The peak in most of these like big sales days will always come in the afternoon and evening, as people are just sort of like, they're just gearing up now. So might be a 30K day. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've been super busy because I'm also launching my course. It's been a bunch of firsts today. I'm excited. I hope you can feel the energy. And what else has happened? I'm out of food. I've run out of food. This little kitchen over here, that box there was my emergency supplies, and I think you can see the cans. I'm down to canned food here. This is desperate times on Black Friday here in this Airbnb in Martinique. So I'm getting pretty desperate. I am bouncing off the walls with commerce energy right now, but I think I'm actually gonna go out, go for a walk, probably go to a cafe, and chill the hell out for a little bit, I think, because my nervous system is feeling a little bit burnt out. But yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm leaving the apartment tomorrow, so like I said before, this was an extra day that I've booked just to get all this stuff done. Yeah, my eyes might be very red, but it's an exciting time. All right, I think, yeah, I'm gonna go to a cafe. I'm gonna leave, get out of this apartment. All right, see you soon. So I sort of come down a little bit while I've been walking. My energy is now lower, and I bought my computer, by the way, so I'm gonna work at the cafe. So I was reflecting as I was walking, and I wonder what this kind of looks like to you, the viewer. I feel kind of bad for letting myself get sucked into this up and down, because the up feels really good. And maybe you've seen me transition over the course of this last 5 days, from being focused on work and productivity and just like doing the stuff that I needed to do, to now like I'm just bouncing up and down based on a high for something that won't last. And I know, as many times as this has happened, this is probably the biggest, the most that I've felt it. But I know that this doesn't last, and I know that after this weekend is the come down, and it's just like a drug or an addiction if you let it get away from you. So been reflecting. I'm going to try and distance myself from it a little bit, while still allowing myself to appreciate that it's all the hard work paying off. A lot of hard work paying off in a big way. So don't get too caught up in it. It is a great feeling, but there's always the downhill or the downslope just coming right after it. So yeah, we can't get too attached to it. By the way, how good is this? So we were anchored just over there, I think. We've since moved in back there. But this place is really beautiful, hey? So I guess dark mode technically ended. Since I was going to do it, I was going to end it on Friday, and today is Friday night. I'm still working, so here at this cafe, but I'm going to have a beer while I work because I like beer. So I will see you tomorrow. 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. 20,000. We're doing it. We've just doubled Black Friday sales from last year, so that's 100% year on year. And we've got, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 hours left at around about 1,500 per hour. Oh, so we're probably not going to get to 30,000, but we doubled Black Friday on last year. I'm absolutely wrecked, guys. I can't even let you see my face. I'm going to bed. Good night. Peace. What a time to be alive.